Okay. Okay, so today we're discussing the Bufo Alvarius toad, not to be confused with the Bufo marinus or cane toad. Now these toads are very special because they're said to contain the God molecule, or 5-MeO-DMT. Now Ethel, which is my 2-year-old female Bufo Alvarius toad, she doesn't like being held very much, is a prime example. And you can see the parotid glands on the sides of her head. That's where she dispenses her toxins with. But these toxins are very, very cool in a couple different ways because, number one, bufotenine has been shown in certain studies to be able to kill cancer cells and leave the surrounding cells untouched. There's actually a lot that this little toad can do, but don't get them confused with cane toads, because these are not cane toads. Bufo Alvarius, Ancilius, Sonoran desert toad, Colorado river toad, that's what this is. So there's a bunch of different names for it, but it's not a cane toad. And you can kind of tell because it's got a greenish color to it. She's trying to inhale air now to make herself as big as she can. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna feed Ethel. Ethel is hungry, and some of my lab mice had some babies last week, and a couple of them didn't make it. And I hate to waste meat, so I put them in the freezer. They call them pinkies at the pet shop, but these are kind of like home source. So we're gonna see if Ethel will eat a mouse. I guess they call them mouse pups. She's gulping. She's trying to inhale air to make herself fat and big to try to scare me. But, she knows me pretty well. These toads actually live to be, 10, maybe as even long as 20 years. That's a long lifespan for a toad. But she's really cool. She'll vibrate her back legs to try to bring things to the surface. She's really struggling trying to get out. So let me put her back in her pen, and we'll try to feed her a mouse and see if she'll eat one for us today. A mouse pup, rather. Okay, there's kind of a little bit of a procedure involved in this. I try to do it with one hand here. I have this little jar, and through my air aspirator here, I'm going to get some warm water going. And the idea of the warm water is the mouse pup is frozen, and Ethel, I don't want her stomach to freeze or anything, so we'll put some warm water in this, and then we'll drop the mouse pup into it. And it's warm enough. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to make it a little bit hotter, because she kind of likes heat, so. Okay, so there's our little jar of water. Okay. Now we go in my lab freezer, and we find us, up in the freezer part of it, a plastic bag. And in here are the little mouse pups. Like I said, I'm trying to do this with one hand and hold the camera, so. Okay, here's the mouse pups. They're in a little plastic bag. See, there they are. They're little baby mice pups. See them in there? Tiny little things. So we're going to take one of these mice pups out. Ooh, they're hard. And we're going to drop it into water. Okay? And we're going to shut this. We're going to just slowly twirl it around. Like this. And wash any weird stuff off the mice pup while it's warming it up. For those of you who can't stomach this, just remember this mouse pup died. We didn't kill it here. I don't make a habit of killing animals at Mcg Pharmaceutical Research. We try to keep everything living as long as we can. Anyway, that takes about 5 minutes to warm up. This one probably is going to have to go back in the freezer. Because, you know, these are fresh. I mean, you got to keep everything fresh. Ethel, on the other hand, is down here in her keep. Where I keep her, you can see her sitting there waiting for food. Pretty much, probably. Knowing Ethel, she's waiting for food. So, she's got her little pan and her heat light. She loves her heat light. And one thing about the Sonoran desert toad is they're not super fond of super hot heat, even though it's a desert-dwelling toad. You know, Sonoran desert toad, Colorado river toad, whatever. But, you know, if you take a picture of the heat in here, we're talking almost 100 degrees down by the light. Now, the light itself is 294 Fahrenheit. But Ethel is only 80 degrees. And Ethel likes it around 75 degrees. That's when she eats the most, is around 75 degrees. And, you know, Ethel will also bury herself for 9 months out of the year if she was in the wild, which I think is kind of cool. So anyway, let me come back when this mouse pup is ready. Like I said, we got a few more minutes to wait for this to warm up. And then we got to dry it off. And then I'll get a pair of hemostats and we'll try to feed it to her. Nice fresh mouse babies. Now this gives her all her calcium and other nutrients that she might need that she can't get from crickets or cockroaches or spiders or anything else that I've been feeding her. So we'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, the baby rodent has been washed and dried, and it is ready to feed to Ethel if she'll eat it. So let's grab the forceps. First we want to find a tail on this little guy because I have to be able to let it go. Or Ethel will eat the hemostats along with it. So here's our baby mouse. If any of you are squeamish about this, then don't watch it. Now, I don't really know if she's going to eat it or not because she ate like 3 of these things last night. So let's see if old Ethel will eat it. Okay, Ethie. Come here, honey. Come here, honey bunny. Okay, well, there's certain ways I cheat on this, so the way I'm gonna cheat on this one is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna wet down her enclosure a little bit, including her. Okay, when the dirt starts to stay together, then I can put her petri dish of food in there. And this petri dish of food will have the mouse pup in it. So, alright, here's her petri dish of food right here. See it? And it's got the mouse pup in it. There you go, Ethel. Go get it. Now we just wait. There she goes. Okay, now hold on. Wait. Take the lid off. Let her go. Oh, she got the mouse pup. Alright, eat the rest of those mealyworms. Come on, eat the rest of those. There she goes, come on. Oh, another one down. Come on, there's a couple more in there, Ethel. Get them. Bam, there goes another one. One more. Bam. Okay, so she ate the 9 mealworms and the mouse pup. See how I tricked her into eating that mouse pup? Let's see if I can get a good focus on her down there. And I cannot. This camera just does not focus for some reason. I mean, it does if you shove it right down in there, but she don't like it. Now she's going in her pool. But see, look at the dish, it's empty. So she ate the mouse pup. She ate the 9 mealyworms. You can run, but you can't hide, Ethel. Yep. Good. So here at Mcg, working with biotoxins. I mean, Ethel's not just my star attraction. I mean, I have puff adders. I have some crate snakes. I have a diamondback, and then I have all my little test mice. Their cages get cleaned out every single day. They're all labeled, quarantined, and we don't do anything terrible to them. I mean, they don't suffer. I do full anesthesiology on this mice whenever I draw blood or anything else. None of these animals suffer. They're fed well. Their cages are cleaned constantly. You know, at least once a day, if not twice. And the snakes, they get returned back to the wild because a captive diet doesn't put out quality venoms. So, but just to show you, so that was Ethel doing her thing. I had to trick her into eating that mouse pup. Usually she'll take it right out of my hand, but since she ate 3 of them yesterday. All right, thank you.